What is up, guys? Got something a little bit different today. Two models here, one Skywing 49-inch slick and one Extreme Flight 49-inch extra 260. I imagine that many of you that are considering one manufacturer are probably also considering the other. So I thought I'd jump on and do a bit of a comparison to show you what each model looks like, at least in this 49-inch size class, what the differences are between these models, what the similarities are, and other things that you might want to consider. So the Skywing costs approximately $450 AUD plus shipping, whereas the Extreme Flight model costs about $700 here in Australia plus shipping, and that's for the ARF kits. Both of these models are running T-Motor AM480 setups. The Extreme Flight model is running the 6-cell AM480 setup, whereas the Skywing is running the 4-cell AM480 setup. Neither of these models are underpowered. This is my first Extreme Flight model, whereas this is my third Skywing model, having purchased a 67-inch Edge 540 in the past, as well as a 67-inch Extra NG. Both of those have also run T-Motor setups in those cases, the AM670 motor, and they too are ballistically powered. Now the slick on my right runs KST servos, whereas the Extreme Flight on my left runs feeder servos. And apart from that, these two models are effectively set up identically. So let's jump straight into it. Now, these are two exceptionally good looking aeroplanes. The Skywing looks a lot better in person than it does in photos, whereas the Extreme Flight looks fantastic both in photos and videos and also in the flesh. So two really attractive models. Canopy in both of these models lifts out in exactly the same way. There's a latch that you pull back and then you just lift the canopy. And there is the Extreme Flight internally. It is a well-built model. You can see that there is some fiberglass, I think, that's been painted black. See if I can get a bit of a internal shot so you can see what that looks like as well. Side force generators attach in the usual fashion. Anyone that has had a more modern aerobatic aeroplane is probably pretty well used to these side force generators and the screws that are used to attach them. Now, moving to the Skywing. I will pull back the latch to lift the canopy there as well. Exactly the same process as with the Extreme Flight. Bring that camera around so you can see what that looks like internally. The thing that strikes me about the Skywing is that there is significantly more composite material internally. You can see it's almost like the entire thing's been laminated in fiberglass. I have been really abusive to this model. I have thrown everything I can at it, and it kind of just comes back and asks for more. So if I could only keep one, which one would that be? Well, the first thing to say is that both of these models are really quite exceptional. The quality is just astounding, particularly for the smallest models in both these manufacturers' lineups. In terms of picking a winner, I'd probably give the nod to the Skywing simply because here in Australia, there is such a significant price disparity between these two models. And by and large, they are fundamentally similar in so many ways. And the points of difference are quite negligible in the grand scheme of things. In terms of overall build quality, I'd once again give the nod to the Skywing by virtue of the additional composite lamination that the Skywing has and the Extreme Flight does not. That's not to say that I think that the Extreme Flight needs that additional composite lamination. It's just that the Skywing gets it. So hopefully this helps someone that's cross-shopping these two models. And if you want more content like this, please consider liking and subscribing. Cheers.